Kat. Make sure you put your chat, if you're live with me, in live chat, not top chat. I am Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to help you learn how to finally love yourself. If that sounds like something that you need in your life, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Follow me. You can watch my live video every Monday in the morning, Eastern Time, around 10:30. I'll do about a 30 to 45 minute live, and then on Wednesday you'll get a YouTube video from me, and then on Friday you get a sample of my Patreon channel video. You also can become a Patreon, go through Patreon to become a patron, and get 5 videos a week from me, 1 a day. Right now we're going through preparing for Thanksgiving, and it's kind of a mini mentoring. Also, you can be mentored privately with me through Patreon. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go on patreon.com and read about that. There's also an app. So everyone is popping on here. Let's see who's in here this morning. Debbie Ernst was the first one. Good morning from Indiana, Debbie. Yasmin Sierra, good morning, Kat, she says. Hi, Yasmin. Hi, Irene. Are you staying warm up there in Manitoba? Carolyn Borsich is here. Good morning. Nurse Babs, who isn't really Nurse Babs, and I can't remember your name, sweetheart, but put it in. Carol, good morning, Nurse Babs. Carol Dickens, good morning, Carol. Johanna Kura, good morning, Johanna or Johanna. That's a beautiful name. Margaret Rose is here. Hello, Miss Margaret. Larry is here, my spouse and sweetheart. He is running the show from behind the curtain. Do not look at the man behind the curtain. Christine Evelyn, good morning, Kat and Mr. B. Happy Monday. Hope you both had a lovely weekend. Thank you, we did. Yarden is here. Hi, Yarden. I truly appreciate your videos. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Akita is here. Good morning, Akita. Are you feeling well today? Irene Hartwig in Manitoba said, we got some snow this weekend. I bet you did. November snow. Brr. Vicki Talmadge is here from Santa Paula, California. She and John are saying good morning to me and Mr. B. Michelle Kennedy Hawkins, good morning from Alberta, Canada. No school today, our fall break. Kids just finished shoveling snow. Yes, delegation. I love it. Ernestine Frame is here. Good morning from Kansas. Hi, Ernestine. Mary is here. Good morning, Mary. Roll Tide. Actually, we did really good this weekend. Anita Dotson is here. Good morning, Anita. Margaret McGregor is here. Hi, Margaret. Sherry Cook is here. Here for the live. Yes. Mary Alice Dudley. Mary Alice, such a pretty name. Good morning. Megan. Good morning. Is it Megan or Megan? I'm thinking Megan. Good morning, Megan. That's Nurse Babs. And Lita. Good morning, Miss Kat and Mr. B. Hi, Lita. Okay, so it's getting exciting. It's getting close. We're close to Thanksgiving. Are you guys watching the Patreon videos on Thanksgiving? We have one 5 days a week for you, leading up all the way to Thanksgiving. I'm real excited about that. Candace says, good morning, so happy to catch you live. It's been a while doing my zone work as I listen. Yes, that's a great idea. Another great idea is, if you are a YouTuber or a patron, is to listen to the videos while you're working. Some of my videos on Patreon are, for my patrons, aren't very long. They're 3 to 7 minutes. And so some people just listen to them over and over while they're doing things to get it in their head. But you can do the same thing with a YouTube video. I have a YouTube video that I put out several weeks ago, which is really a recap of the Flylady system. What's the name of that one, Mr. B?
Are you struggling with the Flylady?
Are you struggling with the Flylady system? That's
Try
it.
This.
And try this. And Mr. B will link it for you. That is a great one for people who are newbies or who need a review. I didn't intend it as a review. It just sort of turned into one. I do have an older one called How to Do the Flylady System for Newbies, but this one is more up to date because that other one is 4 years ago, and you know we continually evolve. Okay, somebody said something to me. Who was it? It was Akita saying she's getting a tiny bit better every day. She broke her leg. Poor thing. Akita's one of my mentees. Candace said, good morning, Kat. So happy to catch you live. It's been a while doing my zone works as I listen. See? Mariah is here. Hi, Mariah, Lady of the Valley. Thank you for putting your name in. Mr. B has put the link up for Patreon if that's something you're interested in looking at or joining. There it is. Patreon is only $5 a month, and you're getting 20 mini mentoring sessions. So that's a really good investment, I feel. And then if you want to be personally mentored, a 25-minute session is $25. So 2 of them would be $50, 3 is $75, and 4 is $100. And you sign up for which one you want. Okay. Hi, Hill. Good afternoon from Norway. Good afternoon. Nancy Soretta says good morning. And Gani Shoutin' Lauren says, hi, Kat. I love it that you guys are from all over the place. It's so fun. I know that most of you are from the United States, and so the videos that I have up right now on my Patreon channel are for Thanksgiving, which is something we celebrate at this time of year in the United States. I realize that Canada does it in October, but you can always go back and use the Thanksgiving video for preparation for any major thing that you're having. If you're having guests come over and maybe spend the night with you, or you're having a dinner party, which is rare. People rarely do that. They're more casual, but still, to prepare for it, that might be something you want to do. I will be making a Christmas one as well. The one thing that we're talking about for the next few bits, and we've already talked about our guest lists, our food, our inventory of our serving dishes and things, what our home looks like, what our lawn looks like. This week we're going to talk about the entryway and actually planning the actual day of Thanksgiving, and then 2 days of pre-prepping, prepping or preparing, getting things pre-done. A little bit of continued cleaning. Or actually, no, skip the pre-prepping. That's the prepping to buy plastic dishes and things like that. Continued cleaning, your final check of your home. The last week, the week of Thanksgiving, is relax and enjoy. Prepare early, prepare final, and then happy Thanksgiving and clean up. And the day after is put away. So I talk a little bit about each of those things. Next year, when you get your planner from Kimmy, she's in her apron. She's going to have that included in her planner, an actual timetable of what we do when, an actual place for you to schedule out Thanksgiving Day. She should be making her announcement soon that these are on sale for 2022. So I'm really excited for you on that. I'm excited for me. All right. So I'm open now for any questions that you might have, since this is Chat with Kat. Have you been having any challenges this Thanksgiving season or this fall season? What's been going on? So let me know, and we will have a little chat, and we'll have input from all of you. Let me twist these down. Yeah. And I know it takes a second. I've got 7 thumbs up. Thank you very much. 42 of you are already on this morning. Generally, about 1,000 people end up watching these videos or more. So make sure that if you have a question, you don't hold back. Somebody needs to know. And if you ask your question and I answer it and someone watches this live, they may get their answer. And if one person is helped by a video, isn't that a win? And I love that. So put that out there. If you don't know, I am a full-time RVer. This is my RV that I live in with my husband, and we are planning on traveling to the United States very shortly. We've done it a little. We went up to Maine this summer. And then, hi Gina Thing, who is from Singapore. Beautiful. This, we've stayed here since the early fall, September. For my grandsons. I have 2 grandsons who are seniors. One plays in the band, one plays on the football team. So we watched all of their games up to their first playoff game. They did lose that, but they did set a record for their school. So I'm really proud of them. And then they're off to college soon. So graduation will be in May. So we're going away in January, and we're heading toward Texas, and then we're going to come back and be here for graduation in May, and then we're off to see the wizard. We're going to go to, hopefully, I want to go. Mr. B's the ultimate person, but hi Marique, so happy to have you. So we're probably going to go to Wyoming, go through Idaho to Nevada, from Nevada to Utah, and from Utah to Colorado, and from Colorado to Oklahoma, and then back home for Thanksgiving and Christmas with my family again. And home is St. Augustine. So hopefully, if I'm in your area, you guys can let me know and we can have a little meetup. Wouldn't that be fun to have a little coffee somewhere, go to a Starbucks and meet up? I'd love to meet you personally. That would be awesome. All right, those aren't pinned down yet. Those right there. The ones that are pinned down are. I'm really not sure. Did I write it down? I think I did write it down. Hold on. Oops. The ones that are pinned down are not in my book. Mr. B has it written down in the book. But I know we're going to be in Galveston, Texas. But before we get there, we're going to be stopping in different places like, I think, Louisiana, maybe Mississippi, before we get there. We are going to be in Pensacola for a month. So if you're in the Pensacola area, I would love to have a meetup with you in January. That would be my first area that I'd love to meet up with you. So I'll announce it when I get to Pensacola where I'm going to have a live meetup. And if any of you tell me that you're in that area, that would be great. And we will meet up and have coffee or something. Okay? Good. All right. I think a couple people said a few things. Let's see. Sherry said, Patreon is so worth it. Thank you, Sherry. That's the link. Are you struggling with the Flylady system? That's kind of a review of how to do the Flylady system. That's on YouTube right here. Elizabeth said, good morning from Indiana. And Megan said, Patreon costs way less than Starbucks and is much more helpful. I love it. Thanks, Megan. Gina said, good evening. She's in Singapore. Marique said, I'm so happy to catch you live again. I'm happy you're here. Margaret McGregor says, it's a lovely thing to do, Kat. Thank you, Margaret. I wish you were here. Mary Alice said, I have a hard time writing down and following a plan. This is a good one. I'm retired, so I think I'm a little rebellious. Any ideas? You're not rebellious, Mary Alice. You just don't have a good set of habits. It takes 3 weeks to 90 days, 3 weeks to 3 months to form a habit, depending on your personality. Most of my people take about 3 months. And so what you'll need to do is to really discipline yourself to follow the 3 steps. So go watch the video that we just linked and follow those steps. If you are a patron, you can go to October 1st and you can see exactly what we do every single day. So for $5 a month, you can watch all the 1,000 or more videos I have out there, but you can go back and say, well, I want to put myself in boot camp, which is what that is. It's holding yourself to a discipline. And so what I would recommend for you is that you go back right now, not to October 1st, because we're in the 3rd week of November. I would go back to October, hold on. There's my October calendar. Here it is. I would go back to I would go back to October 11th and start today doing exactly what I say to do Monday through Friday. On Saturday, if you're a payroll homemaker, I would have given you instructions on what to do on Saturday. If you're and Sunday, if you are an at-home homemaker, you're going to get all of your homemaking duties done Monday through Friday. As self-discipline is so, so important. So get yourself over there for $5 a month. Put yourself on that boot camp, and you can repeat it again and again until you get it. So maybe you want to go through it 3 times. Each video is very short. It's not long, and it's set up so that you should watch it very first thing in the morning. Okay? All right. I had a gentleman who is one of my patrons ask me what's different for men to do the Flylady system. He wanted a video for men to do the Flylady system, and actually there's no need. It's exactly the same for a man. So even though I'm talking to women, because traditionally women are the ones who do this, if you're a man and you're in that position, then you just follow the same thing. It's exactly the same. My husband was an at-home homemaker while I worked for the last few years of my life. He retired before me, and he took care of our home. And I'll tell you, switching positions and becoming the payroll, he had an income, but for me to be like the provider, and when I came home, dinner was made and the house was tidy, because he's a born organized. It was so lovely. And I think if you aren't in that position, but your position is to keep the house tidy and clean, and you're an at-home homemaker, the feeling for your spouse, the feeling of success and peace and calm, to come home to a home that's tidy and nice. It's just such a gift that you can give to your spouse and your children and yourself, because ultimately you become calmer and more peaceful. Remember, it's peace in your life, control in your home, and learn how to love yourself. And that's really what this is about, whether you're a man or a woman. Okay, so I've got some comments on here. Let's see what they are. Mariah said, let me know when you're in the Netherlands. Will do. Good morning, Lisa Chapman. So, Mary Alice, write down your plan. Put it in your planner. It's part of the things I tell you to do in boot camp, is to write your plan down. So if you haven't written down your plan for this week, get your planner out and write it down now. Write it down, what you have to do every day. You need to do routines. If you're an at-home homemaker, which you're retired, I'm assuming you are, you need to do a zone 4 days a week, and you need to do your basic weekly plan. Weekly home blessing hour is today. Tomorrow you can take a free day, or you can move that to another day. You can move these around, but not after you've planned them. Unless some emergency comes up, after you've planned them, you want to stick to your plan. So Tuesday is classically your free day, which means no routine. You still have to do routines. No basic weekly plan, no zones. Wednesday is planning and desk day for next week. So that's for next Monday through Sunday, I believe. Is it Monday through Sunday? Oh my goodness, Kat. Yes, it's next Sunday through Saturday, sorry. For next Sunday through Saturday. That's your next plan. Or you can do Monday through Sunday. It's your choice. And it really depends on how your planner is laid out. Ours is actually, this one that I use, that's Kimmy's, is actually laid out Monday through Sunday. So plan Monday through Sunday. If you have Kimmy's planner, if your planner is Sunday through Saturday, plan that. And then stick to your plan. You just have to do that thing that day. Okay? All right. So that was Mary Alice. I have, this is Mariah. She said, I think, isn't that you? Yeah. I have my routines under control. Struggle with the weekly. Do a bit of zones, depending on how I feel. Diverse every day, and I can never tell beforehand. Okay, everyone's life can be diverse. You can have things happening that you didn't plan on every day. The truth of the matter is those things don't take as long as you project in your brain and in your heart. You're welcome, Mary Alice. So when you say, I can't get my stuff done, I only do this partially, you need to discipline yourself to do everything. Do you know that when you are raising a child, the number one thing that you want to do when you're raising a child, if you want a child to learn how to follow the rules, is to be consistent. So the same with our inner child. We need to be consistent, doing the same thing every day, every day. And my number one example that I love to give is flushing the toilet. When you have a little child, and that would be you, let's say at some point your mother said, did you flush the toilet? Flush the toilet. Good girl, you flushed the toilet. And then over and over and over she would say, flush the toilet. Let's flush the toilet. Uh-oh, we forgot to flush the toilet. Reiterating that and driving that in. And then as you get older, she would say, who didn't flush the toilet? Oh, I think I didn't. And then you go flush the toilet. And then when you're grown, or at a certain point in your life, you don't think, I'm not going to flush the toilet. Oh, should I flush the toilet? You just say, oh, I've got to flush the toilet. And as an adult, you rarely even think, oh, I've got to flush the toilet. You just flush the toilet. But you never say, I don't have enough time to flush the toilet. I have to go. I'm late. We never say that, because flushing the toilet takes 2 seconds, right? And there are a lot of things that we do that don't take long. But when people say all these diverse things are happening in my life, Mariah, as an example, let's say that you have your day all planned out and your neighbor says, oh, I fell and I can't get up. I think I broke my ankle. Could you take me to the doctor's? And you say, of course. And let's say that this is the day, it's Monday, and let's say that you had planned to do your zone, your basic weekly plan, and all of your routines. If you are following the Flylady system, when your friend calls you at, I'm going to say 10 a.m., you have already gotten up, made your bed, washed your face, brushed your teeth, put on your makeup, combed your hair, put on your clothes, swished the toilet or toilets, wiped out the sink or sinks, emptied your dishwasher or dish rack, started yourself some breakfast or coffee or water or whatever, put a load of laundry in if you had one, and gone through an inch of paper, because you could do that in about 35 to 45 minutes. So if you got up at your normal time, let's just say it was 7, you're a lady of leisure, you can get up at 7. It's 7:45. Then you're going to get the kids up if you have them and put them through their morning routine. So now we're at 8:15. Then you're going to feed them their breakfast. So 8:45. Now you're going to do 15 minutes in your zone. 9 o'clock. These are people who have little kids at home. Bigger kids at home, you would have probably already taken to school. So you might want to take that out to 9:30. Okay. So let's just say it's 9:30 if you got up at 7, which is not very realistic. If you're taking kids to school, you would have gotten up early. But let's just say 9:30. I'm giving you ample time. Let's say that you're going to do your 15 minutes in the zone, 9:45, and you started doing your weekly home blessing hour. And she calls you at 10. So you've gotten through 3, and you were in your 4th part of your 6-part weekly home blessing hour. In fact, you wouldn't have made your bed on a Monday. You would have stripped your bed. So that part was already done. So you only have 5 things left in the weekly home blessing hour. So 10 minutes dusting, 10 minutes emptying the little garbage cans, 10 minutes wiping the glass, and you are into vacuuming. You're halfway through vacuuming your house because you have 10 minutes to vacuum 5 rooms, 2 minutes a room. So you're halfway. The phone rings. You answer your phone. Your neighbor broke her ankle. When you get back home, in 2 hours or 3 hours, so that was 10, 11, 12, 1. You're starving, you eat some lunch. You have to pick the kids up at 3:30 from school, or 2:30. You've got half of your house left to vacuum. That's another 5 minutes. And then you're going to mop the kitchen 3 minutes and mop the bathrooms 2 minutes each. So let's say that you got back 10, 11, 12, 1. You eat some lunch, 1:30, you put your dishes away. 1:45, you're going to spend 5 minutes vacuuming, that's 2, and you're going to spend 10 minutes mopping maximum, that's 2:10. And now you're going to take 5 or 10 minutes to put everything away. You're going to do a quick clutter check. You should have done those in the morning too, I forgot. You're going to do a clutter check after lunch to make sure you haven't left anything laying around. You're going to sit down and relax for a little bit until you go pick up the kids. But it's all done. The only thing you have left is your after dinner, making dinner, your after dinner routine, another clutter stop, and then before bed routine for yourself and your children. So in that example, that's one thing that happens. Another diverse thing that would happen, something you didn't plan. So you already planned out the things you know are going to happen. You know you're going to take your children to soccer practice, or you know you've got to take your son to violin practice, or whatever it is, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. You've got it all planned. It's in your book, so you know that. So that's not diverse. But usually things that happen that pop up are things like your husband calls and said, hey, I really need you to go by the bank today. I forgot to make the deposit, blah, blah, blah. Well, you go do that. But how long does it really take? In the example I gave you, I took out 3 hours of your day and you still had plenty of time. So you go to the bank and you say to him, next time when I run my errands, I'll be happy to make that part of my errands to make the deposit so you don't have to worry about that. We don't have, because that way it won't disturb you. Does that make sense? And do you understand what I'm talking about? I don't see any comments coming up, so let me ask Mr. B something. Are there any comments?
Oh, yeah, tons.
Oh, my comments aren't coming through, so you're going to have to read them to me. Let's see what I do have. The last ones I have are Veronica Lopez. I've seen a great improvement with my laundry routine. Awesome, Veronica. Forever Mimi said, hello to the house and everyone in the live. Happy Monday from Houston, Texas. Hi, Mimi. And that's my last one, so can you read the next one?
Probably, when you said they changed that, they may be making the old ones go away.
Okay, well, would you please
You're going to have to keep up more.
I can't. Would you read those for me? I'm getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. I'm not going to sing the rest of that.
Okay, you did Lady of the Valley. I have routines under control. Struggle with the weeklies. No, do a bit of zones, depending on.
I already read that.
Okay, you did.
Mm-hmm. That's Mariah. That was the answer I just gave.
Gani said, "Hi, Kat."
Gani, hi, Kat. Gani.
I think it's Marla. I can't. It's a.
Mariah
says thank you. Yes.
Mariah said thank you. Good, Mariah.
Veronica Lopez says hello, blessings. I caught you live. Yay! Always.
Hi,
have to watch the replay because we have our Bible study from 9 to 10.
That's great. I'm glad you caught me live today. Did you not have a Bible study today? Drink water.
Now I think you've caught up. Did you get Forever Mimi?
I did.
You got Margaret McGregor.
Margaret McGregor. No, I didn't. Oh, here she is. Okay.
Okay.
That's what, oh, it's coming on now.
You
I'm
gotta
trying
keep
to
up,
do
yeah.
with my senior dog ill again, and the routines keep me calm and switching days around. I have more confidence to believe I can still manage. Absolutely, Margaret. And when you have a sick pet, that is another thing that can happen. They can throw up on the carpet, they need to be taken to the vet, they have diarrhea in a bad place. You know, having dogs that are old sometimes is even young is hard. Having children is hard, but everything that's difficult is usually worthwhile. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Kat. Can you talk about motivation to declutter and storage containers and the extreme overwhelm? Yes, I can. Storage containers are up to you. I prefer not using cardboard because vermin and pests can get in them. In the South, roaches eat them. So, unless they're in a nice dry place in your house, probably not a good idea. Probably a better idea to go to Walmart or wherever and buy a storage container with a snap-on lid, a plastic storage container. Um, Also, you can use, especially if you think, I was talking to someone this week, one of my mentees, who said that her wool sweaters get dusty during storage, and she has them in a container, but they feel like they're dusty, and she has to take them to the dry cleaner because otherwise she works and she doesn't have time to do all the things she needs to do to prevent her wool sweaters from shrinking. And I said to her, I would recommend that she gets one of those vacuum bag storage containers that actually takes all the air out and holds it compressed and clean so that when you open it, there's no need to wash them. Of course, you're going to wash them as they get dirty, but you know, when you put them away, you put them away clean. So that's storage containers. For motivation to declutter, your storage containers. Oh, that was your question. Motivation to declutter your storage containers. There is no motivation other than you want a streamlined home that you can live in and enjoy, and you don't take up too much of your space with different things that you never use, because all your space is valuable real estate, expensive real estate. All right, so when you get ready to declutter a container, it will be in a zone. So when you get to the zone, the thing you can do is declutter the container. However, if you haven't made space for it in your hidden spaces, your cabinets, your dresser drawers, your closet, if those are jammed full, then it won't do any good to declutter a storage container because you won't have any place to put anything you decide is worthy to keep. Now, if your storage containers have had things in them for several years and you haven't looked at them yet, they probably aren't things that you need to keep. Although when you go through it, you will find some doozies. So look through them, but you've got to start by decluttering your hidden spaces. I think that answered all of your question. Let's see. And more confidence to believe I can still manage. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do with my senior dog. Okay, I read that. This was Lynn who asked me that. So overwhelm, extreme overwhelm comes from not having a plan, Lynn. Just not having a plan. So when you have a planner, it has what you have to do for the day in the planner. So when you open it up and it says, today I'm going to, let me just go to a day that I've done. Okay, today it's my daughter's anniversary, so I want to make sure I wish them a happy anniversary. I'm working from 10 to 4. This is mine. I have to do all my routines, my morning routine, check my social media, message and comments, do some clutter stops in the morning, do my morning routine. Then after dinner, clutter stops, before bed, check my planner, an hour on YouTube. And then in this particular example, it was zone 4. So I had 4 things to do in the bedroom, which was go through the dresser drawers, go through my jewelry box, and polish the cabinets 2 days in a row. Those things are not what you're going to be going through because mine is decluttered. I'm just going through to make sure there's no new clutter and then doing some deep cleaning. But that's an example. And then the rest of that day, I had nothing else that I really had to do. But yours might look like you have a fasting blood work at 9:30 in the morning. You've got to go get your shot. You have a book club meeting. You're going to dinner with friends. Or, I mean, those are still my examples. But, you know, your examples are going to be different. Take Tommy to Boy Scouts, etc. So when you just look at this day, you don't worry about tomorrow. You just think about this. You're going to work in your zone. You're going to do one of your zone jobs, which would be decluttering an area. That's what you're doing, okay? That helps with overwhelm. And you become more and more confident and calm, and all that pressure that you carry all the time starts to lift little by little by little. In 15 minutes you can do a lot, so don't panic. Anita said, what is the name of the planner again? This is Kimmy's She's in Her Apron. So you can go to the YouTube channel She's in Her Apron. Kimmy Hughes is She's in Her Apron star and my dear friend and past mentee. And she has created an excellent planner. I don't believe it's out yet for 2022, but it should be up for order very soon. So just keep your eyes out, okay? All right. Rachel Pugh. Hi, Rachel. And Ava and Jordan and Jericho. Mm-hmm. Tracy Grant. I fall off track as the month goes on. Suggestions on staying focused. Yes, use your planner. 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 That's what's going to keep you on track. That's self-discipline of using your planner. That's what you're going to do. Okay, Tracy? Nancy Soretta, what helps me do the weekly home blessing is to listen to you as I go. And I think that's a great idea. Or listen to music or whatever. Make sure that before you do anything that's going to have concentrated time, like a weekly home blessing hour or 15 minutes in a zone, that you go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, and you're not hungry. Put on some music or listen to a recording, a podcast, me, whatever, and get to town. Now I want to tell you a little secret. What I do before I get to work, and this is the beginning of my work, is I make sure my makeup is on, my hair looks nice, and I have fragrance on. For me, that sets the tone. When I have on my fragrance, I'm ready to go to work. And I guess it's from my habit of working my whole life. For you, it might be a candle that you're burning or whatever. Mr. B doesn't do candles, so I don't do candles. Let's see. And the real truth about clutter. Yeah. Did I mention that, or did you just pop that up there?
Well, that question was about,
because I had thought
with clutter.
Yeah, I had thought about referring her to that. So thank you, Mr. B, for putting that up there. The real truth about clutter. It's my YouTube video from last Wednesday. Lynn said, thank you so much. I appreciate your help, Kat. You're welcome, Lynn. And thanks for the link, Mr. B. I'll check it out. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Imel said, I got the feather duster and my daughter loves to use it all the time. I don't get to have fun. You know, one of my people on YouTube made a comment that she got one and she didn't like it and all the feathers fell out, and she had it 6 months and she likes her Swiffer better. And to that I would say, what? This is a high quality product. If a feather ever falls out, you need to contact flylady.net and tell her. Don't let all your feathers fall out. That means that one wasn't made properly. It needs to be returned and get a new one. So reach out if you have a problem with your feather duster, which you shouldn't, and I have never, and none of my mentees have ever. Well, one did, but I've had, how many mentees? Maybe 500 or more. One said that one feather fell out. And
we have all of our feathers.
Yeah, we've got all our feathers. We're fully feathered. I had one for 10 years before I replaced it with a new one, and it really didn't need to be replaced. I just decided I wanted to freshen up and get a brand new one. So feather dusters don't break and fall apart unless you are not treating them right. You have to keep them in a light, airy place, because when you're dusting, there's dust mites, and dust mites will eat the feather, little tiny feather, micro feathers on there. So you want to make sure you shake the dust out outside and then hang it up with circulation in a light, airy place. Now for me, I hung mine in a dark, non-airy place. It was my closet with my washing machine and dryer, but it was hanging from a shelf, and I opened it up every day to do something in that laundry room, so I figure it must have been enough, and the doors had slats in them, little breathy slats. So mine lasted for 10 years, and I had two. I kept one in a downstairs closet, and I rarely opened that one, but it was still fine too, come to think of it. But my big one was upstairs, and I loved it. So if it gets sticky or dirty with grease somehow, or just feels like it's been a couple years and you want to refresh it, you can wash it with baby shampoo and warm water, rinse it well, blot it dry, and blow it with a hair dryer. It's gorgeous. So make sure you take good care of your tools, all of your tools. Make sure you empty your vacuum cleaner bags or the container. Make sure you clean things that get dirty. Make sure you wash your microfiber head of your mop. Make sure you wrap your cord carefully around your electric appliances and clip it in and put it away nicely. You need to take care of your tools so that they will last you. Okay, but thanks for that, Elizabeth. Ernestine Frame, I think your video, The Truth About Clutter, was one of your best ones on the subject. Thank you. Thank you, Ernestine. Lynn said, I had my feather duster for years. When it first came out, never lost a feather. That's right. Elizabeth said, thank you. That was going to be my question. How do I care for it? Excellent. All right, that's what you do. Okay, my lovelies, it's been about 35 minutes. Time for me to roll. I hope you had a good time today with me. I love talking to you, and I hope that you remember that we're going to have a video on Wednesday. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Share it with your friends who might need it, your mom, your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, your coworker, and comment. I love to see your comments. I can't answer your questions so much because I have so many comments. I can and will answer your questions on Patreon. But thank you so much for being part of my life. This is part of my life. I love what I do. I feel like it's a gift from God to share with you and get your responses and see you grow and change. And it just makes me so happy and makes my heart sing. So I love you very much. I want you to remember that you're beautiful. So be beautiful.